Hi, my name is Sarah, the singing costumer, and I'm here today to talk about my experience at SoonerCon 31, SoonerCon 2023. I applied to be a panelist at 2022's SoonerCon, and I was accepted, and I was so excited. The week before was Dallas Fan Expo, which some of my friends and I have made it a habit of attending that con. And I caught COVID at Dallas Fan Expo 2022. So unfortunately, I was not able to speak as a panelist at SoonerCon that year. But this year, I was able to attend as a panelist, and it was so much fun. I've never been a panelist before, and I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what to expect, but I had a really great time, and everyone was super nice. So let's start out Friday night. Friday, I went to go pick up my credentials, my badge, and it was so exciting. And they even had a little green guest tag for me. That was so funny. And so we were all ready for Friday. So at 1 p.m. I had my first official event. It was an autograph signing. I was not expecting anybody to come up to my table by any means, but one woman did. She came up and she wanted an autograph for her daughter. I was wearing my Cinderella cosplay that day. She said her daughter really loved Cinderella, and so she asked if we could take a picture and if I could sign an autograph, and I said, of course. So I signed as Cinderella and we took a photo, and I sure hope that little girl enjoyed it because that interaction with her mother made my day. So I really enjoyed that. And then after that, I had my first official panel. It was called Costuming and Cosplay for Body Positivity. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I have never been a panelist at a convention before, but the other panelists really made it a whole lot of fun, very easy. The moderator had a slideshow that she had printed out so everyone on the panel could follow along and step in with comments, stories, observations, and questions of their own as she went through. And then we took a few questions from the audience, from the con attendees, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Then I had another little break, went walking around, took a few photos. Then at 4 p.m. I went to a panel called YouTubers Roundup, Breaking Past Your First 100 Followers. It had a couple panelists with some pretty big YouTube channels, so I was able to just watch and learn, and yeah, it was very interesting. And I think the highlight of Friday for me was I met this special needs gentleman, and he saw me as Cinderella, and he proceeded to tell me the whole story like I was Cinderella. He said, your stepsisters is so mean to you, and then they tore your dress, but your little mouse friends helped you. And I said, yes, of course. They're a little mean, and so I just interacted with him, and that was so sweet. He was so happy to see Cinderella. I loved it so much. And after that, I walked around the con a little bit more, and that was it for Friday. I was already tired. I think I was there from about noon to about 5 or so. That's not that long, but cons are tiring. Okay, let's just face it, they're exhausting. So that was it for day one. Saturday was my casual day. I just came in jeans and a Doctor Who t-shirt. So I didn't get asked for any photos today, which totally understandable. I didn't put any effort into looking fancy that day. But my main goal of the day was to attend panels and to just watch and learn. So the first one I went to at 1 p.m. was pattern adjustments, and the panelists talked about how to adjust for your body type, suggestions on what to do if this happens or that happens, different techniques and so on. And then I went to a Makeup and Wigs 101 panel, and this one was very good. She was dressed as Catwoman, and her makeup and costume were on point. It was great, and so she was very informative as well. at 4 p.m., I went to a paid workshop. Now these workshops are an extra fee, but they're more exclusive, and you get either more content or sometimes is a hand-on building workshop, for example, like building a hat or painting a miniature, different things like that. So these workshops cost a little bit of money, but I found it was really informative. I went to Mastering Audio Production for YouTube, Twitch, and Podcasting 101. And it was definitely 101. I didn't learn a whole lot, but I learned a few things. I think it was worth the small investment. And then at 5 p.m., I heard they were going to have auditions and rehearsal for a radio show performing that night, a live radio show. And I was like, that would be fun. Let's go to that, I love acting, so let's go to that. And the auditions consisted of putting up your hand and saying you'd like to do a part. And I didn't understand that until all the parts were given out. I thought she was like picking people for like the first, a little read through, but no, she just picked people, just raise their hand. And there weren't nearly enough parts for everybody, so I didn't get in this year. But next year I'll know if they do it again, and I can read it and aggressively raise my hand. So after that, I went home. They had the costume contest that night. I didn't go. Some year I really want to be in a costume contest, hopefully sooner rather than later, but that's not something I've done yet. And Sunday was the last day of the con. I wore my Constance Hatchaway from Haunted Mansion cosplay, and again, I got such a good reaction. I was so pleased. I had 2 people ask if I was Lizzie Borden because I was carrying around the axe, but I was just in a wedding gown and a veil, so I don't know where they got Lizzie Borden from that, but it's okay. It's okay. 2 people asked if I was Lizzie Borden. Okay. I mean, close enough, right? But I did have several people recognize that I was from the Haunted Mansion specifically, so that really made me happy. And several people asked about the upcoming movie, and I was excited, and I was like, yes, of course. So anyway, side note, yes, I cannot wait for the Haunted Mansion movie. I have high hopes. Let's see how it goes, but I really hope it'll be good. Yeah, on Sunday I had my last panel of the weekend, and it was called Cosplay Portfolio, When, Why, and How to Do It. And it was just talking about taking pictures for a portfolio, like if you're entering a costume contest, and like writing down, what you need to write down, taking notes, taking progress photos. A couple of the other panelists told stories about their failures or their successes. So that was also a really fun time. After that, I went to Mastering Audio for YouTube, Twitch, and Podcasting 102. And so this one got a little bit more into the editing aspects. And so I think this one was more worth the admission costs to me than the first one. I learned a lot about mastering and editing, so I hope to put that to good use. And yeah, I'm not mad at all for the price. It was very affordable. So I learned a lot. And then I took a few more photos with people, and that was pretty much my con. I had a great time. And of course, you can't go to a convention without grabbing a few souvenirs. So first of all, I got the t-shirt. I was like, I have to do it. So that was really fun. Then I got this little keychain for my sister that says Tiny Human Tamer. I believe it is laser engraved wood. So that's really cute. She's a nanny, so I thought that was perfect for her. It's adorable. And then I got my roommate this Naruto pin, and I thought he was just so cute. He's so adorable. And that's pretty much all my purchases. I didn't see a whole lot of things that I wanted. Of course, there's always a Loungefly bag, but I just bought one 3 weeks ago, so I was like, okay, I can't buy another one so soon. So we'll save up the money and buy another Loungefly another time. My favorite moment at the convention happened just as I was starting to leave. It was on Sunday. I was dressed as Constance, as I said, and I was just walking down the hall. It was almost time for the closing ceremonies, so a bunch of people were lined up ready to go into the big room. And I was just walking by this big line of people, and then someone says, Constance, hi. And so I turn and say, hello. And it was so nice to meet her. She was so excited to see Constance Hatchaway, and she knew exactly who I was, and she knew the Haunted Mansion. So we chatted about that for a moment, talked about the new movie for a moment. And then she said, what's your name? And I said, my name is Sarah. I go by Scene Costumer on Instagram. And she was like, I follow you on Instagram. And she was so excited. And then I got excited. So basically we were just both jumping up and down for joy. And it was so pure. It was so magical. Just all the excitement in the air. That's what conventions are about. Joy, happiness, camaraderie. That's really what I love about cons. But that was my favorite moment of SoonerCon 2023. I had such a great time this year, and I can't wait to go back next year, whether it's being invited as a panelist again or just attending on my own. I can't wait. It is a smaller con, but I've just only mentioned a few of the panels and workshops that they had going on. They had a jam-packed schedule. They had so many things. There were tons of things that I wanted to see that I didn't have time to. So yeah, I cannot wait for next year. I'll see you next time. Bye.